Alright, look. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen all this, right? Probably wondering, do you think Ralsei is a moth? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Are you glooby? A little bit, yeah, it's a bit hot, so actually I'm kind of glooby right now. But no, I just think, this is the basis of the theory, right? I just think Ralsei is a bug, or a creature that's small enough to not be noticeable. So it doesn't have to be, oh, Ralsei's a moth. It can be like Ralsei's a beetle, a furry beetle. And the reason I say this now is because we saw Flowey turn into a human and achieving a high level of consciousness because of the fact that he was a living thing. It's also because like he could edit his stats, he has like meta knowledge. So the main point is just saying that, hey, look, Ralsei could be a bug. I did pick moth for a few reasons we'll get into later, but I also kind of just have a bias towards moths being like the coolest looking bugs of all time, in my honest opinion. Bug agenda. Maintaining the moth agenda is our top priority. Again, Flowey. Being a Flowey rates a level of high consciousness than our darkest due to being a living thing already is like the main crux of the theory. The fact that he already is like that. He already comes in with all these like meta stuff. He's able to like talk about voice clips, able to change his stats. So this explains why Ralsei can just appear in Dark World as well. If he has a light world counterpart that can like fly, for example, like a moth, he would just be able to like fly anywhere and then appear in any dark world that happens, right? He's able to easily get to places. You could also just say that they're walking, creature that's walking or something, like crawling around, like skidding? No, I don't know what it's called. Skittling, there we go. This again explains the meta knowledge as well. How Ralsei can know all these things while like Gasta being there, because I know some people like really hate Gasta theories, like, oh my gosh, stop my Gasta, because hey, Flowey can do it, and he didn't really like get told by the Knight. He didn't really get told by Chris either. Chris just made the phone and ran her. I don't think there's any conversation there. And also there's another theory I want to get into probably next video about more so the fate of Ralsei, what the end goal of Ralsei is, because we see a lot of like Ralsei character development from the fact that like Flowey is a foil to Ralsei. And that's also the reason why I made this theory as well. Like, Ralsei could genuinely just be a different version of Flowey's situation, to say that he has achieved this level of like meta-ness, consciousness, because of the fact that he is something that is living but doesn't have the same consciousness as like, let's say, a human or a monster does, right? Like people would say that like, oh, they have colored sprites actually. The darkness have colored sprites, lightness have non-colored sprites, but then so do all the flowers, and yes, even Flowey as well, because if you see, I think it was towards the end of the chapter, you see that his eyes is actually golden, right? We're dealing with like the kind of anime closed eyes, and he opens his eyes for the first time to get serious, and then you kind of see golden eyes, and you're like, okay, so that means he's not a lightner, right? He's not a lightner, but he's also not a darkner, because like he's already explained this already into when he was about to die. So it's just really interesting. For the moths specifically, why I pick moths, again, flight, it's fuzzy, it also has horn-like antenna, but even if you think the antenna thing's a bit of a stretch, there actually are a genus of moths that have horns, right? And the genus name is Conodomus. I probably should have googled that up before trying to, I don't know why I just spelt it like that. Anyways, yeah, so they have horns as well. I just didn't draw that for the thumbnail because I was like, okay, it's not be that recognizable if I added the horns to the moth. Anyways, but yeah, moths and being in an unused closet, like, come on, like that's really likely for any moth. They're probably going to be in some place that's unused and place that's like full of cloth items, and that's could be why Ralsei like has so many cloths. Has so many clothes? I think it's cloths, because again, he covers himself in a robe. He had a hood on during his introduction. Why is the dog barking so loudly? I guess you could say that Ralsei is attracted to light because he is there to serve the lightness. Darkness do have that feeling as well, like naturally, but like Ralsei takes it to a whole nother level, putting himself down. Again, I don't think a bug would have that much pride in itself because it's really small and sees like massive things walking around making big moves in the world. But that's what I would say in terms of why Ralsei is like this and why he would be so like excited, or not excited, calm down, bro. He'll be so attracted to lightness. No, wait, no. Okay. He'll be so connected with, no. He would want to serve lightness a lot because he's attracted to light. Because he's a moth. Wow. Again, the whole thing with Deltarune is like light and darkness. So like, why not take a creature who is famously attracted to light because it looks like the moon and is trying to find its way, trying to find its way to a light, to the light source to guide itself better, to align itself with a prophecy. Hello, it's trying to use the lightness as a way to direct itself to the right course, which is the prophecy, but not the ending, because the ending is bad, and Rousei will not tell us why it's bad. Editing a video here, I realized I did not do a counterpoint section. I'll just do one quickly. You have the Shinobi beetles, who are darkness, even though they are beetles, they're living things, and they don't have this like meta awareness or meta consciousness, you may argue, but they are able to notice when another dark null has been pacified. So the problem then becomes more so that would you count that as metaness or meta awareness? Because I would argue that I'm not 100% sure, but I think the only other battle we see that in is with Seth. When Seth recruits multiple enemies, and Seth already is like, we talk about his flowers, or will have like the metaness of Seth is already able to like, oh, these are the attacks that actually beat you. And then Aqua names their bullet patterns in basically the platformer mode as just bullet pattern. There's all meta stuff that happens with the flowers that refer to actual elements of the game. But yeah, that's my argument for that. Oh my gosh, the spider escaped. Sorry, I got distracted. I just because there was like a bunch of webs on my plant because I got it from somewhere, and I just realized that it has vacated the premises because I see like webs over my desk instead of in like the actual plant, which is actually quite bad. I should have checked that out first, because now I just have like a roaming spider that's probably gonna lay like 100 million eggs. Oh, that's bad. Oh, sorry, I'm distracted. People will say that, oh, how come Rousei is like a moth, but like Flowey is a human? Shinobi beetles have a random like anime aesthetic attached to them because of the fact that that's the type of dark world they are made in. And with the whole like non-interactions that the flowers have in general, I think it's very reasonable to assume that that probably would apply to Rousei as well. Flower turned to human, bug turned into monster. It's not that crazy of an idea. They don't have that type of like, oh, I can communicate with humans, I'm like Ray, and like I'm big, or like I'm noticeable. And they're just like little things that screw around, or things that just try and get through life without causing much havoc. Unless they're spiders, of course, that you can clearly see by me panicking about. I'm just looking around, like trying to find out where it went. I'll have to check later. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about for that section, the counter arguments. And yeah, let's go back to the video. Oh, I should probably do like a little summary so people would like recap, because I may have just like skipped through the video and like didn't care and like, just ran angry hate comments. And okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say, the theory is about Rousei being a bug. It's not exactly a moth. I just picked him up because I like the moth. But yeah, again, it's just a bug. We like bugs. That is my theory, to say that is why Rousei is Rousei-like, right? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. I'll just quickly explain the long-term absence. For this whole entire time, I've been working on the game. And I've also, had uni and stuff to work with. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna chill with the editing. I'm gonna chill with everything. Just do like record voiceovers whenever I can. So I was like, okay, let me actually just make the game now. Why am I doing YouTube here? And yeah, I've kind of changed from that now. I'm just gonna be doing voiceovers. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, all that stuff. Also leave a comment below what I should do next, because I have a lot of ideas. Oh, the ARG thing I was gonna do, right. I just realized that I do not want to just be recapping ARG, so I'll just probably have a link in the description somewhere. I need to reclose this video because the recording's taking too long, and I'm going to cut a lot of this stuff out. And last time I recorded another video that was going to be an update video before up chapter 5, it was like 40 minutes long. Okay, so I'm not doing that again. So yeah, that's never getting edited. You've never seen that video. Goodbye.